Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm writing to Why Acceptance is Freedom. Sadhguru Spot, 2nd of August 2018. So this is an older video, but I saw it and I wanted to kind of go over it. It was a pretty interesting title, Acceptance is Freedom. Now I've said this, how to say, a few times, and I'm sure should be pretty well known. Well, no, it's probably not really well known. And whenever I hear acceptance is freedom, I think of this in particular. So I don't know if this is what Sadhguru's talking about, but this is how I understood acceptance. Acceptance is freedom. So there are things in life that you cannot change, that you have no control over. When you can accept those things, you are, in a sense, free from it. And the reason why being is because, how to say this, if you're able to change it, then you are kind of attached to it in some sense, because you can make changes to it. But if you cannot make changes from it, you are free from it, as in you cannot do anything about it anyway. You just have to accept it. So, for example, it's kind of a hard kind of thing to say as an example, but let's just say lifting a building, right? Just something ridiculous. It's something that probably no humans will ever be doing. When you can accept that, then you'll be free from the suffering of that. Because imagine if you said, no, I can't accept that, I want to lift the building, you're going to do everything in your power to do it, then you're going to continue to suffer from it because you'll never get that strong to lift a building. A genuine building. It's a bit of a ridiculous example, but I hope you understand the point of it, though. This is not something that you can work towards to be able to do. There's just no way you're going to be able to lift, like, say, I don't know, like an Empire State Building or something like that. Now, there are things that you can change. Those things you can accept or you can make changes to. But it's just more along the lines of things that you cannot change. And that's the reason why I made the ridiculous statement about like a massive building that you're gonna try to lift it up. It's because there's just no way at all that you'll be able to do that. So, and that's the most important thing about it, is the fact that things you cannot change. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, you cannot change. So to be a millionaire, a bit outrageous, but it's plausible. There are self-made millionaires out there, so it is plausible. I'm not saying that you will get there, but I'm saying it's plausible. To be able to lift 20 pounds with one arm, it's very plausible. But yes, things that you can change, you can change. Those things you cannot change, accept it as it is, and you'll be free from the suffering of that. That's my understanding when it says acceptance is freedoms. But let's see what he has to say.
If you look into your own mind, if you look into your own persona of what you consider yourself to be, normally what you call as a personality is essentially different levels of constipation. I don't like this, I can't stand this, I can't do this, I can't do that, I only like this, I cannot like that. Different levels of constipation. What causes this constipation? Constipation, in its physiological sense, means constriction of a tract. Here, it's constriction of one's mind and consciousness, that it's held. There's no free flow of life. It's restricted because your ability to experience your life is only through the instruments of your body and your mind. Either your body or your mind in some way constricted means your ability to experience life also gets constipated. This happens in many ways. You will be surprised, many of you think you've grown out of those things, but when you're 10 years of age, your mama, your uncle, I mean, your mama said something, he called you an idiot. Now you're 50, but still 40 years ago he called you an idiot, it still bothers you. When you see his face, he called me an idiot. Like this it goes on. The more concretized your persona is, or your personality is, the more nicks and wounds you carry upon yourself. And these are not physiological wounds to heal, because they are self-inflicted wounds. These are being carried as badges of life's experience, so they don't go. Because of this, I like this guy, I don't like this guy, I love this person, I hate this person, I can't stand this person, all this has happened. Next 24 hours, you must do this. All these mamas, friends, enemies, nonsense, you don't have to tell them, I love you. Not necessary. Within yourself, you must come to a total sense of acceptance of everything. So, somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody stepped on your foot, somebody stepped on your head. 24 hours. It's a small prescription. Only for 24 hours. Come to an absolute acceptance of everything. Your mental things, your emotional things, your bodily things, every damn thing, and the social things. Just simply accepting it as it is. You don't have to do anything with anybody, just within yourself. If you just do this, life will happen on a larger scale.
Okay, accepting of everything. Huh. Don't really know, I don't really have too much to say to that. I mean, it's a little bit risky to accept everything. I don't know if there's any caveats to it, but it doesn't seem like it from Sadhguru. But I wouldn't doubt there are caveats to it. Because I don't believe he would suggest you accept being, taken advantage of or anything like that. Sustaining life would happen on a larger scale. You don't have to do anything with anybody, it's just with yourself. Just accepting as is. Let's see.
Acceptance of everything. Your mental things, your emotional things, your bodily things, every damn thing, and the social things. Just simply accepting it as it is. You don't have to do anything with anybody, just within yourself. If you just do this, life will happen on a larger scale.
Okay, so I guess essentially is if you're able to accept yourself, I suppose, which yes. Um, I wonder if that means not to make any changes to yourself though. I mean, it would seem to say so because if you accept yourself for who you are, or for what you are, or whatever you are, that means no changes. Within yourself, you must come with total sense of acceptance of everything. Okay. I guess the thing that I pointed out a little bit earlier was more of the external things. Because, Sadhguru does talk about this where you have absolute control over yourself. You have no control over essentially everything outside of this body. you can make suggestions to change things externally, but it's not a guarantee. The only guarantee is within yourself. So, and now he's sitting here, now he's saying over here is about the complete acceptance of yourself. So, I guess the one thing I would need clarification on is that what if you have bad habits? Do you accept that and continue on, or do you make change? Do you not accept that and then make change for yourself for you to be better? Within yourself, you must come to a total sense of acceptance of everything.
Self. You must come to a total sense of acceptance of everything. So, somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody stepped on your foot, somebody stepped on your head. 24 hours. It's a small prescription. Only for 24 hours. Come to an absolute acceptance of everything. Your mental things, your emotional things, your bodily things.
Hmm. I don't think I ever, you know, have a complete acceptance of myself. I know of things that I cannot change, and I know of things that I can change. And there may be some gray areas. But where I can make change, I make change. Where I can't, I don't. Or at least I try it first, maybe, and then I don't when I realize I can't. So that's I guess that's kind of, for me, is the whole point. Whenever I hear acceptance is freedom. But this goes externally. I've never really thought about internally. But then I guess I've always assumed you must know yourself first and foremost. But I guess this does go a little bit of both ways. So the logic of what I said applies internally as well. Understand of who you are, what you're capable of, what you can and cannot change, and when you can accept those things, it's a little bit of a freedom. And I do believe that to be true. Alright, I think that's everything I have to say about why acceptance is freedom. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up the sign down below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next vid.